for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D! Drive safe.
Drive safe, everybody.
Drive
Absolutely.
safe.
My name is Neil Rule, that guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, won Stanley Cups and stuff.
Just four.
Chase in the sound booth.
Hey, what's up? How's it going, guys?
How you living?
Get it how we living, man. Just filling in, doing a little bit of my D-Mac impression. You know, doing behind the scenes. Got to step up, do a little dirty dangles for KG in the audio booth right now. So
There you are. There you are.
Behind the scenes. Love to see it.
Spencer Raxter in the building. Spemo, what up?
Hello.
Hello. No Spencer tomorrow, by the way. No Spencer, no D-Mac. We'll be two men down tomorrow.
Yep.
But we'll still do the nickel package.
Pete will have it covered.
Pete will have it covered.
Pete will drink some bourbon with you guys.
Yeah, he absolutely will. But we will have the Spencer Raxter inspired Super Bowl party nickel package.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that. But jump on into the Woodward Sports chat thread. You do that by subscribing to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Getting ready to cross 80,000 subs. Unbelievable, man. 500,000 social media followers, 80,000 YouTube subs. It's wild, but thank you all. Each and every one of you. The day oneers, the new folks, all of y'all. Okay, so here's the deal for today. I think it's important, and Spenny does a great job. You know, he's kind of the producer, mixer, and scratcher. He comes up with the show sheets and everything. And yes, we're going to get into the Pistons stuff and the trade deadline, but I think in about 10 minutes, I think it's important to have closure as we get ready to go into Super Bowl weekend. Like I said, tomorrow we do a nickel package. It's high speed, covering lots of topics. Today's going to be like the deep discussion, I guess. We got to revisit it. Do we have closure on what happened as we get ready to go into the Super Bowl? So we're going to get there, though. But there are a couple of house cleaning things that I do want to get to. First off, D-Mac, the Pistons last night, another heartbreaker. I just kind of laughed when Garland made the shot. I just kind of laughed and said, okay.
It's where they're at. It's part of
Thank you, D-Mac. Explain that to the people.
It'll bother you next year a lot more, or in a few years when they're actually.
That's exactly
really
what I thought.
And I think I watched it and I just went, okay. It's a lot of like watching. It's a lot of like talking yesterday about the Red Wings and watching them not only win games but how they're winning games. I think you broke it down eloquently, and if you check back any of the socials out there where you said they'd done it on 2 7-game winning streaks in different ways, right? But they fought through that resiliency. They've held on at the end. They've been able to win in shootouts and overtime, stuff like that. It's all part of the maturing process, and the Pistons are just going through it. So what do we always say in every sport, right? Like, from my experience, it's the being unsuccessful and losing and coming up short, which is propelled us into being great. So it's not going to let him bother. So I'm sure JB Bickerstaff, at the moment, you're like, man, right? Because you grinded, you battled through guys going down. Tobias Harris got injured. Beasley was in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? It's that time of the year. Isn't this like that part of the season? We call it the dog days or whatever like this, but you got to fight through at this point. And I think it's a great learning experience, and we'll see how they rebound.
Spenny, I got a question for you. Is Cade going to be a top 10 player in the league?
Yes.
Because he put them dudes on his back in the final minutes.
I think he already is.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to get the temperature of the room. I want to, because I think so too. Like, if you look at the total package, all apologies to Lex Luger. If you look at the total package, what can't he do on the floor?
Yeah. Nothing really.
Like, is he? And you got to give to get a little, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if you're going to say, well, he's not a dynamic scorer, okay, but how many dynamic scorers can make any play on the basketball floor?
Yeah.
That's the trade-off. You know what I'm saying? So it is. Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there. Danny G can't be mad at that performance last night. DNC ENT, we don't have to do this, Neil. No, I think we do, DNC ENT. Honest to God, I think we do. And 11-14 we are. We're going to get to it. But yeah, it's one of those things. DNCENT had a good thing too about the trade deadline, because somebody said, Neil, you got to tell me how good Trajan did at the trade deadline. DNCENT, no second-round picks aren't sexy. But you see the trade the Wizards just made. They traded 4 seconds for a late first. We have 13 second-round picks. I think Trajan is about to consolidate assets before 3. And that's in play. You understand it, DNCENT. Busy 313. I owe D-Mac a beer from playing poker with him at Boomers years ago. Cheers, LFGRWs.
I'll take it.
You got it. Spenny's my designated drinker.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds good.
Hey, at least you pay your debts, unlike some out there, right?
It's true.
But yeah.
I think it's imperative, and I read it, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, go.
Might have been Kiazi or somebody who said it. I think what's more apparent is when Cade has to do that Ivy's out, the number 2. Who's his guy, right? Who's his number 2 guy to be able to do it? Now he's getting closer, and to your point, I would say if you want to have the argument that Cade's 8 to 12, 13, 15, whatever like that like for sure he's 10 to 15, right, in the league. But you see how it's getting closer, how he can take over a game like some of these top stars and get you almost that win. So I think they're close. I think a game like that shows, if you're the coaching staff, the organization, how much closer you are. And it's all like even this trade deadline. And we got to wait till 3 o'clock or whatever like this. But it's these little pieces. Like you're putting these little pieces together, right? You don't have the meat and potatoes of it, but these second rounders and all this are all a means to an end of what it gets you next.
Joe Burrow's on ESPN right now. I do got to say this. He's a good-looking dude, man.
I was just gonna say, what are you going to say?
Can't
He's a
deny
good-looking
it.
dude?
He is, D-Mac.
I would say Joe Burrow winning in life.
100%.
Like as far as everything you hear about him as a human being and to me it goes back to LSU.
Seems like a chill guy.
Yeah.
But like just the love that you see given back to him by his fans and stuff, he seemed genuine.
100%.
That's what I see when I see
like a small
Joe Burrow.
town Ohio dude that's still like a small town Ohio dude. Yeah.
What that could spending with the high school with him, and they're still boys. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still boys with his offensive line from high school.
All right, Spenny, can we have a come to Jesus here about the trade deadline? Because I'm seeing it in the chat right now.
Mark Spears expects the Utah Jazz to move on from to not keep Dennis Schroeder. So.
Okay, and there, boom.
I'll take Dennis Schroeder in a heartbeat.
100%.
Or Colin Sexton.
That's the kind of, all right, everybody, let's just level about it. That's the kind of move-ish right there that I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's a win for the Pistons, right, Spenny? See, you get it. You understand it. I think that people are getting confused here. Like Tyler B., I know we need seconds for trade capital, but it feels like we're going to get stood up to be other teams. I feel like we're going to get stood up, beat other teams on big pieces. It feels like we're financing other blockbusters just to get stuck with the seconds.
That's what's going to happen.
But that's always what was going to happen.
We were never going to land a superstar.
We weren't getting Luka Doncic, everybody. And I know that everybody, again, because of our fantasy leagues and NBA trade machines and stuff like that, guys, this is how it was always going to be. What did the people want? Can you help me with this, Spenny? What did they want?
I mean, they see what's happening around the league with different guys going different places. I didn't like the Ingram trade to Toronto at all. You have to pay him $150 million.
What's Toronto doing?
I don't know. They gave up a first and a second and 2 players for a guy they're going to have to sign to a max contract this summer.
That's crazy.
I don't know about that one, but I think they just want to see Cade get help. And I think we forget that Jaden Ivey is the co-star on this team. When Jaden Ivey's back, he is your co-star to Cade Cunningham. And right now, I think they're just hungry. They want to see something. And they're expecting somebody like Dennis Schroeder or, someone moved around like that. And when you get Lindy Waters and Josh Richardson, it kind of throws salt on the wound. But they're not done yet. They're gonna get a guy that's gonna play on this team, and he's gonna have an impact. It's not going to be a Luka Doncic, but if it's a Dennis Schroeder or someone best case scenario, Colin Sexton, but even that's a little too much.
Tev Sauce 2 in the chat. I need to see a name for our trade deadline. I know it's unrealistic, but the heart wants what it wants. And Tev, like, look, so you're tongue in cheek there. You get it. If you're looking for one of these star moves, like the Ingram thing, that would probably be like the most realistic big name that you could get. I don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
You said it yourself. You're not giving this guy a max.
No, I would not give Brandon Ingram a max contract. I can't trust him to stay healthy, and he's going to ask for a lot of money, and let alone giving up pieces to do that when you could have just signed him in the offseason.
Who wants that?
I wouldn't want that. And I know that people thought no other stars were going to get moved, or some people thought that Jimmy Butler was staying in Miami. That was never going to happen. Not a fucking chance was Jimmy Butler going to stay in Miami.
And there are people that work on the heavyweights.
Yeah.
That needed an education into how the real NBA works. Shout out Chris.
Shout out Chris.
People, a lot's changed in the NBA since the Pistons have been big time relevant. And i.e., the players hold the cards. And when you're owed $52 million next year, and the organization and you do not get along at all, you can force their hand. And Pat Riley could posture all he wanted to. Jimmy Butler was always going to get what he wanted.
Yep.
Always. Make no mistake. And D-Mac, look, you come from the NHL world. Even the NHL players don't have the leverage that they do in the NBA. They just don't, man. They just don't.
I think you made up a great point, too, in talking about it. Was he going to get a max contract from anywhere at his age?
No, he's 35.
No, exactly.
But you know what he did get? $110 million guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. And does this make Golden State, and might not make him a favorite, but makes him better, right?
Well, and Jimmy Butler got what he wanted. He got out of there.
Absolutely.
So he won, just like he was
Coast to
always
coast.
going to win. Yeah.
Butter and toast.
No, absolutely. So it is. I think that we need to. I just think that we need to adjust what our expectations are.
or you can say Jimmy Butler, he lost. Consolation, $110 million. Mm-hmm. That's what a loser gets.
So,
right, put it in perspective.
So did he lose?
Right, that's what I'm saying. No, you could say, oh, Pat Riley, yeah, he won. He's the greatest, and he got his way or whatever like that. Suck it, Jimmy. Take 110 and beat it. Come on. And Golden State, and on that rock, just to be around Steph, you're talking about. So I don't know. I mean, it seems like you got everything you wanted.
40 Gumbo. I'll trade 2 of the second rounders for Wemby. Very obvious good deal that the Spurs would take.
That's true.
Absolutely. That's what the people are demanding right now.
The Lakers won the deadline.
You know what? Low key, and I know everyone's losing their mind about the Dalton Connect thing. The Lakers won that trade.
Mark Williams is younger than Dalton Connect.
And better.
And
a 7-footer.
Yeah, and he is the biggest standing reach in the NBA, bigger than Wemby. So
that was a crazy deal for them.
Yeah.
Crazy deal.
He's just got to stay healthy. But, yeah, he's better than Dalton Connect.
No doubt. WeezyD313, Malik Beasley getting exposed, turning back into Malik Beasley. Look, Weezy D, this is the book on him, man.
And he's being asked to be a number 2 player on this team. That was never what he should have been. Malik Beasley was amazing when he was shooting threes when he catches the ball. Now he's being asked to do more, and you can't expect that from him.
100%. It's what Malik Beasley is. He's a microwave scorer.
Yeah.
6 for 9 one day, 1 for 8 the next. That's the way that it works in this league. Real quick, too, before we ride out and get into this Lions discussion, Tim Hardaway Jr. in the 90th percentile in the NBA catch and shoot.
Yep.
90th percentile. Why are people wanting to get rid of this guy all the time?
I don't know.
Because they don't understand the nuance. That's why you're here.
90th percentile catch and shoot.
Right?
He's been incredible. This incredible value. That's why they're good, guys.
Yep.
That's why they're
just missing Ivy, man. It sucks. That all my homies hate Cole Anthony.
All right, let's do this and let's take the break because I do want to get into this Lions discussion. It's time, everybody. As we get ready to ride off into the Super Bowl, I think it's time. Speaking of the big game, Caesar Sportsbook. That is right, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. You want to get in the action? Use a promo code Woodward1000. Hey, here's a move, everyone. Scan the QR code on the screen. Make your first deposit with the promo code Woodward1000. Make your first bet all the way up to $1,000. And if your first bet loses, you'll get it back as a bonus bet. You feeling the coin toss? Big tails guy? Give it a spin. You'll get it back as a free bonus bet. Why not? Woodward 1000. That is the code. So there's a ton of stuff that you can do on there. All the Super Bowl props, all the markets available to you. And again, guys, it's Caesars, one of the OGs in the game. The app is clean. It's easy to navigate, easy to read, all of it. There's no glitching. If you're live better, it's perfect for you guys. I'm telling you, man, if you haven't got in the game with Caesar Sportsbook, you're missing out. Use a promo code Woodward1000. Scan the QR code on the screen right now. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's up, everybody? The big game requires a big party. That is right, and they're doing it at Hayes Social. That's right, Woodward Sports will be out there as well. And come watch the game with the crew on 3 17-foot screens. You can book your table today before they are gone. 586-247-2223. Guys, I've been to a lot of the watch parties at Hayes Social. It's a good time in there. They have the perfect room for watching the big game. Great food, drink specials, and the best big game party around. Hayes Social, 21 and Hayes in Shelby Township. Shout out 586. Brought to you by 1800 Tequila, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and of course, New Holland Brewing as well. All right, we're off and running here on a Thursday. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We have Chase in the sound booth. We got Spencer Raxter as well. And all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Jonesy, bottom line is this. All the superstars that got traded are great for headlines, but none of the teams are winning championships, period. Jonesy, I kind of side with you on that as well. No one said a word about OKC throughout all this. They just got the look of a team that's going to win a chip. Larry Roberts. Neil, I think people are getting their expectations high at the trade deadline since the Pistons are back to being relative again. No, Larry, you're right. And that's what it is. Like the hope on top of hope, but they weren't going to be a part of these big-time moves except for facilitating them to acquire draft capital, which is what they've done. All right, D-Mac, it's time, man.
Where are you at?
Super Bowl's this weekend. The people that are saying, and somebody said it earlier, Super Bowl, that's nobody cares about that game, that's boring. You're wrong. They played one of the greatest Super Bowls ever played. All right, so let's just cut that shit right away. So let's just get into it, D-Mac. Have we come to grips with what happened in terms of the Lions?
Yeah, I think that the question, that I ask is have you changed how you perceived your Super Bowl experience this year going to be? Because I think all of us, Super Bowl or bust for the Lions, thought that we'd be here. So it was going to be extra special. So it's not like we've never been here before. We're here every year. So to say that you're not going to watch the game because you're disappointed and stuff like that, the fact it's a 1.5 point game, the fact we know it's going to be one score down to the end, there's so many intricacies to it. I think that what changes is just your day and how you go about it. Whether it was like you said before, you and all your guys were going to tailgate the whole day and do it like you used to. Well, that's changed, but you're probably still going to get together with the guys
Correct.
you watch the football game with. Might not be an out and about experience, but when we sit in here next week, everybody will have turn it on at some point. And you know, now we're getting talking about the food and talking about everything that goes around it. To me, the Super Bowl is about everything around it, right? The halftime show, you know, that drama with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Like, there's so much more to it. Oh yeah, and then there's a football game. So I just think that your plans might have changed, right? Where, you know, it goes all day, and instead of being engulfed in it at 9 a.m., you might wait till like 5 p.m. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure, like, if I'm gonna speculate, and I'll ask Spenny himself, but he's probably not gonna go at it like he was gonna go at it, or he planned to go at it. He's gonna save that for opening day.
That's fair. But Feldman on Monday, so I get to sleep in.
So you might go a little extra.
Might go a little extra.
But the option is there. Look at so the fact that he's even thinking that it could be lets me know that he's over it.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat some good food. I'm gonna play with my niece. I'm gonna hopefully win some money off of Easy, and then yeah, probably just chill.
You guys got a bet?
Yeah, if Kendrick's gonna play not like us.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He just won.
No,
the
Easy told me he's not.
He just won. He just won. Listen, did he not? Was everybody not singing it at the Grammys?
Yeah, he won 4 Grammys.
No,
for
they
it.
just did the litmus test in front of the world at the Grammys, and the whole audience is singing the song calling Drake a pedo, right? Dude, it's gonna happen. I mean, what's the odds on Caesar Sportsbook that and he's gonna drop it?
Minus 1,500.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you understand? Like, and that, you know, for whatever else, maybe we can, like you said, our focus now isn't the game as much as it is the theatrics around it. But again, you're a Lions fan. This is where you've always lived.
Yep.
In the chat, Redfly13, the Wings have saved me. Without them being good, I'd still be depressed AF. Art Vandalay said, I haven't gotten over the NFC Championship last year. See, this is good. This is what I want. Where is everybody at? For me, I'm starting to get the Super Bowl because I love the Super Bowl. I've always loved the Super Bowl, even as a Lions fan. I think being a Lions fan throughout the years, it's easier to love the Super Bowl because you're never involved, never even close. Like, it was never a thing. So, look, does it hurt? Does it sting a little? Yeah. Do I go back and think about it? Spenny, remember when you said, I'm going to watch with my dad and you got choked up?
Yep.
Does that still hurt?
Yeah. But,
Does it hurt as bad?
Not really, because I believe I'll be able to do that.
And that's it, Spenny. That's exactly where I am. It stinks.
It sucks, yeah.
It sucks. But in my heart, D-Mac, and I said this on opening day of NFL, I said this last summer before the NFL season, no matter how this year goes, in my heart, I still believe they will be there and they will hoist the trophy. I still believe that. Nothing's changed.
So do I. So that's why it's, you know, like I said, when I use the analogies of 1996, 1995, right? We're still going to get our 1997. We're going to get our Stanley Cup. We're going to get our, I put it over there because we can't get it now, but we're going to get our championship with this crew. And I think that's why it's easier to get over, right? And I also agree with whoever said the fact that the Wings being good, the Pistons, you know, giving you something to pay attention to has helped. 100 million %.
No, it's helped. I mean, hell, we're in February now. You know, like, hopefully we're going to get to March soon. We'll get that 70-degree day going. Then, you know, life will get back to, I know, Chase, right? It's been brutal this winter. Real cream of wheat. I hate both teams.
That's fair.
Now, as far as the outcome goes, I want the Chiefs to win. Spenny, I want the Chiefs to win.
I mean, I want the stadium to blow up.
Well, I know, but that's not up. You don't want the stadium to blow up, okay? Spenny, you don't want the stadium to blow up. I
kind of do, but no.
But no.
Can they tie?
But for me, I want the Chiefs to win because I don't. And look, I'm glad Buffalo lost. I want everyone. I don't want their fan base. Like, look, we're in the same place as Buffalo fans. They've never won one either.
We're in a better spot than Buffalo fans.
But you know what I'm saying, though? Like, I did not want them to win. Because if we're going to be miserable, then I want everyone to be miserable. And what's the only way for everyone to be miserable?
Kansas City wins.
Kansas City to win again.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's where I reside. That's why I'm rooting for the Chiefs. Good. Good. And I want them to get back next year. And I want us to be there. And I want to beat them.
I wanted to have somebody to root for, though. I would have rooted for the Bills.
But, Spenny, when you get... Why?
I can't root for Philly. Their fans fucking suck.
Their city sucks.
I can't root for KC. Patrick Mahomes, I'm starting to really hate him.
See, I didn't want... I was rooting against Buffalo because I want them to stay on our level.
You're just a hater.
I'm not a hater. Like, I don't want anybody to get over on us. For real. Like, in the end, the Lions and Buffalo have combined for 0 Super Bowls together.
That's true.
And I want them to stay on that level. And I want us to get one before Buffalo does. So we can say, hey, Buffalo, suck it. For real.
No,
like, that drives me.
I know you do.
Is that petty? I don't know.
No. I think that if you took a poll, where are you at? You want everybody else. And I think with KC winning, the whole rest of the league and the fan base is in the
Nothing
same,
changes.
Nothing changes.
You see?
It's still against the evil empire.
Yep.
Right? Philly cracks through, then they broke it and stuff like that. I think the biggest thing that you brought up is the fact that the Bills aren't there. Right? Because, like, you don't want them being America's Team Cinderella story.
Yeah. No.
That's you. So I guess if we were breaking this down in wrestling, you want Kansas City to win. If this is the wrestling storyline, because then it just resets for next year.
That's
another
it.
one of this year.
That's
with
where
everybody else, us against them even more. 31 versus 1.
The only silver lining for me is if the Eagles win, Saquon will get a Super Bowl, and that'll be cool. I like Saquon.
I do too.
If Kansas City wins, DeAndre Hopkins will get a Super Bowl, and that'll be cool. I like D-Hop. So those are the only things that I could be happy with.
I forgot it. What's D-Hop to score a touchdown?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate that bet at all.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. We'll get. I'm sure the people in the chat will have that for us. I'm proud of the people, D-Mac, in the chat. Have you come to terms with the Lions' loss? 77% of the people say yes, they have. I expected that number to be way lower. Busy 313, misery loves company. I agree. Tommy K, I don't want the Eagles to be happy though. You see, I think people are starting to come to my side with this.
Yeah, the Eagles suck.
Hurricane, I understand Neil's logic, but I was cheering for Buffalo. Their city is cursed. Good. Fuck them. That's how I feel about Buffalo. I don't want anything good to happen to them until we get ours first.
Patrick Ofaria said it's plus 600 for D-Hop. I think I'm going to dabble in those waters.
I'm just saying. I would like that one as well. I would. Greg 2025. I want to see another Michigan player on the Lions. Why? What difference does that make?
Yeah.
But yeah. So again, I just wanted to see where the people were at. I did, and I thought it was important, and I thought that we need closure, and I wanted to see where the people were going to be going into the Super Bowl weekend and the festivities and all that. Real cream of wheat. Where this hate from Buffalo come from, Neil? Because I don't want them to get something we've never had either. I want us to get it first. So then that way, when we talk about it, I can say, hey, you talk about how great the Buffalo franchise is and the Buffalo fans are and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, well, they've never done anything in the grand scheme of things. So that's where it comes from. What do you have, Chase?
Just in a similar vein, Ryan Lentz was like 11-0 in the back playing horse, and Brady had him on the ropes. And I was rooting for Lentz because I wanted to be the one to slay the dragon. And I was the first one to put him down.
Yeah,
he did.
So, yeah, it felt great. I know exactly where you're coming from.
No, but that's what I want. I want the Chiefs to win. Then I want us to play the Chiefs next year and go right into the eye of the storm and take it all down. All of it.
Where's next year's Super Bowl?
San Francisco.
Okay.
I want us to take it.
Pause.
All right, let's take the break. Tell them about Sabbath Coffee.
Sabbath Coffee Roasters, delicious locally roasted specialty coffee dropped off right at your doorstep. Make sure you use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. I say it all the time. Support local, support Michigan companies. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, a Michigan company. SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
A rule for Woodward merch, go to shop.woodwardsports.com. Get locked and loaded for the playoff runs, the hockey, the basketball. Yes, we have the very best line of Detroit sports wearables. New merch dropping soon. You're in the Myles Garrett mix? We got the F Them Pick shirt coming out soon. So there you go. Go to shop. It may already be up. We're in the process of it. The F Them Pick shirt will be up there. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Go there today.
Breaking news, per Shams Charania, the Toronto Raptors are trading Davion Mitchell to the Miami Heat for PJ Tucker and a second-round pick and cash.
Absolutely.
I would have done that.
What's that?
I would have done that.
Also, too, the Charlotte Hornets, by the way, are kind of stocking themselves up nicely for the draft. They got Dalton Connect. They have their first round pick for the next 7 years. They have a top 14 protected first from Miami in 2027, and it's unprotected in 2028. Top 2 protected from Dallas in 2027, and they have a pick swap with the Lakers in 2030, and an unprotected first from the Lakers in 2031. So,
Does he stay in Carolina?
Who's that?
Does Cooper Flagg stay in Carolina? Sorry, I meant to say.
No.
No,
They won't be picking that high. Well, I mean, they might, right?
They're pretty bad.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah, they are pretty bad. Possibly.
Could be the Wizards, though, but
I don't
see
think
the
Cooper
lottery.
Flagg is like this franchise changer, though, that everybody thinks he is.
I think
man.
he's going to be elite.
See, I don't think so. Like, let me see you go to Charlotte or Washington and do it. See, I think LeBron, like, I've heard guys like compare him to LeBron and stuff
I'm
like
not
that.
gonna go that
Like,
far.
but you hear it, Spenny.
Yeah.
Like the
He's
tank
really
for Flagg.
good. I mean, he's really good.
Plus, his dad looks like Mason Plumlee.
He
Like, how
does.
good can he be?
That's true.
I'm
Mason
just-
Plumlee's a dog. Pistons legend.
Pistons legend. In the chat, Steve Wilds, Buffalo deserves it. No, we deserve it, Steve Wilds. No, Buffalo doesn't deserve it. We deserve it. We came through the mud here and are still in the mud, as a matter of fact. Welcome KG to the show. KG, you're jumping right into the fire here. So with that being said, are you happy Buffalo lost? Or were you rooting for Buffalo like the rest of these softies?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't rooting for Buffalo.
I want them to feel pain the same way we feel pain.
Yeah, I mean, at least they've been to the Super Bowl. Like, we've never been. So, yeah, no, I reserve sympathy for them.
Okay. Steve-O baby. Neil, who would you rather not have win the Super Bowl, Buffalo or Minnesota?
Minnesota can't win one, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like, I would say Buffalo because I know that Minnesota could never do it on their own. But I know they got big bad Jay Jettis and Jordan Addison, the wide receiver core of the future.
Yeah, I gotta go with I would let Buffalo reign supreme in the AFC before the Vikings. That would hurt a little bit more.
Yep. Young Jay, I'm with Neil. Thank you. Young Jay, thank you. Feel like Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
Young Jay, thank you.
Yeah, if we play in the suffering game, there is no question we've suffered more than Buffalo. Absolutely.
DNC, ENT, both things can be true. They deserve it, but so do we. No, we deserve it more.
More,
So
yes.
they can't both be true.
Yeah.
Who deserves it more? Who deserves the Super Bowl more, Buffalo fans or Lions fans?
Okay. Because if you say Buffalo fans or Lions fans, then it is the Lions fans. But if you say the city of Buffalo or the city of Detroit for a championship, where's their?
Lions
do they have
fans.
one?
No.
in anything. Exactly. So there is a little empathy, I guess.
Shelby Rice, have you seen this BS things about the most tortured fan bases? We are off the list now. Cowboys are up top.
What? What?
Well, I mean, because they haven't been relevant since before HDTV.
Yeah, but they keep lying to themselves. Oh, I can
They
make,
do.
I can make a great joke here, but I'm not gonna.
They
We
will
don't
be
do
in
politics
misery
on this
until the day Jerry Jones either leaves office or dies in office. So
It
until
could
that
be
day,
worse, though. Like, you bring that up. Because that brings up a great point. Who's in the worst shape out of, right? Like, if I'm I'd rather be a Bills fan. I'd probably rather be a Vikings fan
Than a
I would a
Cowboys?
Cowboys fan.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
that is absolute, like, you got to tell yourself how great an organization you are, even now that, like, even to the Cowboys friends that I have, that shine is falling off.
yeah.
I mean, they're like, dude, seriously. Dallas is closer to being Jacksonville than they are to be in Detroit right now.
Yep.
That is true. Dak Prescott, $90 million cap hit this year.
Oof.
They're $2.3 million over the cap as they sit right now.
And Jerry about to draft a quarterback. Watch. I'm
Could
telling
you,
y'all.
could you imagine? Hey, could you guys imagine if the owner of the Lions came out in the press and said, "You can't tell me that anybody's better at being a GM than I am," and then you look down and see Dak Prescott has a $90 million cap hit?
It's pretty bad.
Could you imagine that here?
No.
That would be unfathomable, man. Just absolutely incredible. Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there. You want to skip the line, use the super chat. Burn, I would doom Buffalo to lose 4 more Super Bowls in a row if it meant the Lions win 1 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I just don't get this love for Buffalo.
It's empathy.
Yeah, it's just we don't want the
It's
Chiefs.
just because they understand, because I believe because a lot of the same climate, you deal with a lot of the same things. It's sort of that hard work in town, but it's because where's your love gonna go, Neil? Right? So if you have to spread your love somewhere, you might as Buffalo's a good spot to do it because of what they've gone through.
Jonesy, let's be honest, guys. Nobody has it worse than Browns fans. LOL.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Ralph DeBartolo, Buffalo can only win up to the AFC Championship game and lose until the Lions win a Super Bowl. See that? Thank you. That's where I am,
Yeah,
dude.
I think that's fair enough. I think
Yeah.
the football gods would agree.
If they break through after us, sure, why not? But yeah, y'all can't break through before us.
You know what it's going to come down to? Buffalo, Detroit.
Lions,
Buffalo,
Buffalo.
Detroit Super Bowl.
So, Spenny, you're not on board with me then, huh?
No,
That you just want the Chiefs to win, because if we can't win, then I don't want anybody else to win.
I don't want anybody to win.
But Spenny, someone has to win.
I mean,
Spitty's face.
do they?
Yes. So
There's
right here, right now,
There's no
Spenny.
scenario that they give it to both teams and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
say a tie.
Can't all players on both teams catch food poisoning and they just cancel the game?
I know,
No.
right?
Who do you want to see win, Spenny?
DeAndre Hopkins to score a touchdown because I put money on it.
There you
Good
go.
answer.
Spenny, you have to
On
pick
brand.
a team to win.
I don't, and I won't.
If it were up to you and they said, "All right, Spenny, we'll let you control the script."
I'd say both teams fall.
No, you can't. That's not an option.
That's
Which
fine.
one?
Co-champions. Co-champions.
I don't know, man.
So you don't buy my theory that just make it the Chiefs so nobody's happy.
No, because I don't want the Chiefs to win.
So you want Philadelphia to win?
No, I don't want them to win either.
Well, you got to pick one.
I don't, and I will not.
Don't let them back you in the corner, Spitty.
Yeah, nobody puts baby in a corner.
Damn right.
No. I choose no. I choose no. That sucks. Man.
That's
Can we
a
put it to
viable
the
option.
chat? Got to pick one. Eagles, Chiefs. Got to pick one. Where you at with it, D-Mac?
I like you. You sold me.
You want the misery
The
angle.
world versus the Chiefs. I got even more so. I mean, it just the drop because, and then again, I don't know. Maybe because in that way it doesn't hurt as much. You can sell yourself that it was a conspiracy all along and you didn't have a chance. I don't know. It might make me feel better. the other thing is, what could have been. I guess if Philly wins too, I'm sort of like Spenny. It's like I like Saquon Barkley. What he's if it's their time, but more so sitting here, Neil, and I really didn't care when I sat down here today, but now, yeah. Let's have Kansas City. Let's have Kansas City win. Let's make sure there's a controversial reffing decision or a yard, the same thing that's consistent throughout, and then we'll have a lot of stuff to talk about, and then we can all get prepared to see who's going to take them down next year.
Sean Waldron, Neil sold me. KG, pick one.
Oh, easy. The Chiefs. And I know I'm in the minority on that, but I'm personally somebody that likes to witness greatness. Like, I got to be here for Brady's run. It was pretty amazing. People like LeBron James and stuff, I can, go back and tell the tale of that. If they were to three-peat and it's the first one, I want to see it. Shit, why not? Patrick Mahomes is great. Let him be great, bro.
Corey Berry, I'm like Spenny. I want to tie. Well, that's not an option. Like, get in the real world, everybody.
Yeah.
Chase, where are you at with it?
The Chiefs. I won't like it, in the immediate, but kind of like KG said, I'll look back on it in a few years and appreciate it more. So.
Yeah, I like greats being great.
So you're with the Chiefs.
Sue me.
Ralph, okay, let KC win, and the Lions have a four-peat starting next year. Woodward Sports Chat, I got to pick one. 50-50. We've never had a poll 50-50.
Spenny, this is so on brand for Spenny. Even the chat, the guys, see, I told you. It's
Yeah,
good. It should be a tie. Yeah. It could be a tie. My question: do we play the Chiefs next year?
Yes.
Yes, at Kansas City. Pick any team in the playoffs. Yes, we play at their place.
Yeah.
I
ain't worried about Arrowhead, though. We did that.
No, we already did that one.
Yeah, we did that.
100%. Greg, 2025. I'm with Spenny on this one. Well, there's going to be a winner, so you can't be with Spenny.
We can all do this together. If we pray and dream about it hard enough, they will tie. Self-actualization.
How the fuck can you tie in a Super Bowl? They would just keep playing until
somebody
dies.
Until somebody just calls
Until
it.
next season?
Yeah.
Right. Just keep playing until somebody
keep doing
dies.
overtimes until...
What was that, like that John McEnroe tennis match that lasted 2 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
Exactly.
Chiefs have the edge 51-49 right now. We'll let that one cook for a little bit, but got to pick one. All right, we'll take the break, and when we come back, I got one more thing about the Super Bowl, then we'll get into the Pistons and the Red Wings, okay? Is that fair? It is the biggest sporting event on planet Earth, so we do have to touch on it. Let me see, where were we? Lady Jane's, that's right.
Absolutely, at Lady Jane's, they take the chore out of getting a haircut. There's talented stylists who deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for FeldmanAuto.com. Yes, the greatest collection of dealerships in the entire state of Michigan. Why is that? Well, they've been around since 1996. This isn't some flash-in-the-pan car dealership. They got a formula, and it works, everybody. And look, it's pretty simple. Feldman Chevrolet is Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the nation's #1 EV dealer. But what if you're Looking for a different brand? They got you covered there. Ford, Kia, whatever it is. The first step is go to FeldmanAuto.com. As I said, been around since 1996. They're a great partner in the community as well. They do great work with the Children's Miracle Network hospitals as well. And in and above all that, they'll get you the car quickly, right? Like the bottom line is, all that stuff's nice, but the bottom line is you want your car and you want it quickly. I got mine in about 90 minutes. That's the way that it worked. Go to FeldmanAuto.com. You can even start the buying process online if you so choose. FeldmanAuto.com. All right, keeping it pushing. We got the chat up there right now. You got to pick one, Eagles or Chiefs. And I don't want your I want a meteor to hit the stadium and so let's get in reality, everybody. 51% Eagles right now, 49% Chiefs. Bob Nightingale on Twitter, just to step in with a little baseball stuff. Free agent third baseman Alex Bregman still has no interest in a short-term contract and seeks a 6 or a 7-year deal.
Just give him the 6 year already. God damn. Trade him in year 5. Do something.
Well, I would imagine there's going to be the clause in there.
No, of course.
So,
but if the sticking point is really just 1 year, then just
talk to your boys.
Just give him the fucking year, man.
Well, Chris has other things on his mind right now.
No, that's a fact. So, I was told it's not going to affect the team in any way, shape, or form. So,
God, we've never had a poll be 50-50 before.
Yeah.
And it's right now 50-50. I want everyone to come to grips with the fact who are you choosing?
Nobody.
Spinny please the 5th.
Yes. Steve Wilds, Bregman won't sign with the Tigers. You starting to think that, D-Mac? Do you think they're going to end up with Bregman?
I think the longer that it stays out, the more that it's like the default. I think Detroit's his default, right? Because I think there's 180 or whatever million or whatever there. But the long, like I thought for a minute, if it wouldn't get done, then it wouldn't have a shot. But the more it feels like that's the only team that's going to pay that sort of money, right? We're still in that conversation. So, I mean, Ben Raven, keep tweeting it. We'll keep retweeting it, but maybe today will be the day. But
it's really only down between.
The longer it goes, I do.
Yeah.
It's really only down between 2 teams, right?
But
because
here's
the
my
Astros
question.
are out.
The Cubs, Boston.
If they did that,
Detroit.
would that more or less ensure getting rid of Javi? Or does it have any impact?
Who knows? Why do you got to do this to me?
What
Why?
would be like in the perfect world? Am I wrong? Am I wrong to think like in the right world is that if you signed him, then you would have that $25 million for Javi or whatever you owed, you build that in. That might be part of the deal. You know what I mean? Don't give Bregman the $200 million because you can only give him 175. So you got to get rid of Javi for 25. I just wonder if any of that conversation comes in. Maybe that's where it's at. But usually the longer it takes, it's a no. But in this case, for me, my gut feelings are yes. What about you?
Okay, I'm gonna explain this in Spencer Raxter terms. Sometimes I can equate things to what I call the 9 to 2 bar scale, the 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. bar scale. All right? You walk in the bar at 9 p.m., the whole night's in front of you. Okay? 2 a.m. is when they close the bar. Mm-hmm. You make your decisions in that time frame, Spenny, right?
The old 2 at 10, 10 at 2.
Bingo.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that's exactly where I'm going, Spenny, is at what time would you leave the bar with your target, I guess you could say. So I think that Bregman right now has the Tigers pegged at 1 a.m.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
At 1 a.m. If it gets to 1 a.m. and there's no other options, that's when Bregman's going to go home with the Tigers.
Dude, hopefully I'm out of there at 11:15.
I was going to say like 12:30.
Yeah, if the night goes well.
The sooner you leave, the better the rating.
Less money spent.
Right? Like,
you see what I'm saying? I think life can be explained from the 9 to 2 bar scale. Like when you're going to leave the bar. And I think that Bregman with the Tigers rank about 1 a.m. He'll leave the bar with the Tigers at 1 a.m.
So then the question is, what time is it now? On Bregman's watch.
I think right now it's probably, 12:15?
Okay,
Yeah,
is
it's getting there.
is that bar time? Because we all know that that's the extra 15 minutes ahead.
Yeah.
Is that really midnight? Or are
No, it's really
This is
12:15.
Bregman's time. So we're getting there. So, Neil, what you're telling me, when are pitchers and catchers? They're soon, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Next
week.
week.
I think.
Next
So
week.
would
yeah.
you expect, is that 1 a.m., pitchers and catchers?
I would say that's 1:30.
That is one. So you would so what you're saying is you would expect something done within the next week.
It would
I
have
think
to be.
Yeah.
This shit is revving up now. Season about to start. Like,
Yeah, like it's time now.
yeah, it's time.
It's about time where they have to report and everything like that. So again, Bob Nightingale tweeted. That's what kind of spurred this discussion. I just happened to see it. My buddies, my Alavila text thread buddy, sent it to me, where Bob Nightingale said that Alex Bregman's being pretty steadfast, and the fact that he wants a 6 or a 7 year deal. So he wants the term. No one wants to give him the term.
Okay, so this goes right back to Jimmy Butler, right? Like, because we're talking the same sort of. No, just about like who's gonna give him that term?
Yeah, the difference with this is Jimmy Butler had $52 million guaranteed coming next year. So
Right,
he held the cards.
Right, which what I'm saying, he was going to get his money, not his term. That was never
That was
a
in his
question.
back pocket.
What I'm saying is, is anybody out there other than who would break to sign him for a 6 or 7 year deal? The Tigers are like the only team that I think holding down to it, which means are they negotiating that they might have to give him 6, but is it at a lower number?
I guess my
who's going to
question-
give him 6? Who's going to? I know he wants it, but it's a different situation. Sorry, bud, you're not going to get it. We'll give you 5 with a little more money. That's where it seems like it's going to end up if it ends up in Detroit.
I just wonder what happened to the Red Sox. Right? Remember when the Red Sox were like this financial superpower in baseball about a decade ago?
Yeah.
Like, what changed with them? Like, I would think that the Red Sox, if we're
Dombrowski.
talking about the 3 teams that could snap their finger, do them stairs, you can do it all by yourself. Like, if it were that, I would think that the Red Sox would be able to just say, all right, look, we'll give you the 6 year, now get over here and let's go.
So does that red flag you? So what does that tell you when one of the mega powers of money, the Dodgers, Yankees, or Boston, I mean, I guess Texas might be there too, but like when they pass, or Houston used to be one that wasn't afraid to throw money around, or the Mets or whatever like this, his options are pretty limited
They
to
doing
get what he wants. So now he's going to have to go best option. Isn't that what the time has waited out? And the Tigers has said, okay, we're not out of it, but we're out of it at what you're talking about. Go ahead and try to find any deal you can, and then when you're done, come back. That's what it seems like. It seems like a settle, Neil. He seems like Bregman's going to have to settle.
Right. But yeah, that seems to be his deal right now, that he wants the 6 or the 7 year deal.
So I guess like just the last few minutes. So tell me, break it down. Where is his power? Does he have power, or is this sort of like as the sand winds out of the hourglass into training camp or whatever, he's going to have to make a
He's going to have to make the decision.
If
Right.
he had power, the deal would be done, and he would be getting what he want. He would have been had it.
That's what
already.
I'm saying. So in this situation, I think it benefits the Tigers, don't you?
Yeah, well, Bleacher Nation reported, they said the Astros had offered 6 years, $156 million, and were sticking firm on that number. But now the Astros are talking about Bregman in the past tense. I
Yeah,
don't know if
they out on him.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. That they are.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much it. The Cubs and the Red Sox are likely aiming to stay strictly short-term with opt-outs in their offers. And then the Tigers and the Blue Jays, who may not be Bregman's preferred landing spots, as possible 6-year offers out there. It's just not certain that there's any level of interest out there for Bregman that will get him the kind of deal that he and Scott Boras are apparently holding out for. At least not anywhere near $30 million per year.
I'm not worried about Toronto. I don't think he would go there. He has too many connections here with the Tigers. I mean, the AJ Hinch connection, Scott Boras. I do think that we are maybe the default, like D-Mac was saying. There's a good chance we could be the default.
Skydog 722, Neil, I can see the Chiefs hate, but why are the Eagles just as hated as the Chiefs? For me personally, it's because their city's a trash city. That's far like if you went national and said what's a worse city, Philadelphia or Detroit, you know what the national poll would be, but I'm here to tell you that Philadelphia is the most trash city in the United States.
Caveat that. We know that it would be Detroit for people who've never been to both cities. How about for people who've actually been to both cities?
It's not close.
It's not even close.
It's nowhere near
close.
close.
Dude, they don't even have people that work at like Wawas and stuff like that. Like it's all automated because they don't want people in there. Like it's a ghost town, especially downtown.
No, that's absolutely it. Chuck Brewer, Neil, give him 6, hell 7th year if Scubo resigns at the same time, same agent, right?
Yep, same agent.
Same agent, but very different situations.
Different. Yeah,
very different situations. But yeah. So I mean, that's it. And somebody said it doesn't matter. By the way, no one's competing with the Dodgers. And I would tell you guys this. If the Tigers had Flaherty last year in the playoffs, more importantly in that Guardian series,
they would have won.
Yeah, you probably get to the ALCS.
I agree with.
Yes.
I 100% agree
now,
with
what you
that.
do in the ALCS is whatever, but
what's that?
You got him this year.
Got him this year, and that's it. You know, I mean, remember, Flaherty was the Game 1 World Series starter for the Big Bad Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got their Game 1 World Series starter. And we got a prospect from him.
Yep.
And our shortstop. And a better shortstop than Javi, though if you're alive and a shortstop, you're probably a better shortstop than Javi is.
Yeah. You can go out there and be a better shortstop than Javi at this point.
Skydog, Neil, no way in hell does Chrissy go 5 years, $156.0001. $156 million. Yes. Samaris, Dodgers loaded up even more this year. Yeah, but guys, I think did we learn our lesson about playoff baseball?
I mean, they got pitchers now, though. Like, they got Sasaki. Mm-hmm. Kershaw will probably be healthy. Glasgow's coming back. Shohei's going to pitch this year probably. Like, they're...
Yeah.
I know, right?
Fucking sucks, man.
So yeah, all right. Let's take the break. I do want to get back into the Piston stuff. I got a Red Wings question for D-Mac as well. Planet Fitness, everyone, live at the Planet Fitness Studios. I changed it up today. I'm going after work, as a matter of fact, because school got canceled today. So that's how we're going to work. But it's all fine, everybody. Over 50 Metro Detroit locations. And you get access to all of them with the Black Card. And it's just $24.99 a month. If you're into cardio, if you're into lifting weights, stretching, whatever you guys want to do, you can do it at Planet Fitness. They got a 30-minute circuit if you're pressed for time. All the options are out there. The bottom line is this. Some of your friends are paying 3 times as much for their gym memberships. Why? The weights weigh the same at Planet Fitness. You can weigh them if you want, but they do. They all weigh the same. You can go to planetfitness.com, join right now, or you can just pull in the parking lot on the way home. You're going to pass a couple on your way home. So again, guys, it is very, very simple. Planet Fitness, the best gym in the gym game, the most versatile. There's over 2,600 of them around the world. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights. Planet Fitness.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Head to Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet.
The latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Skiers and snowboarders, get ready to send it on a 14-foot drop-in ramp with 3 custom features at the brand-new JARS Utica location parking lot. Saturday, February 22nd from 1 to 5 p.m. Jam-style competition judged by 3 guest pros. $8,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Are you in? Well, if you're not, to register, go to jarscannabis.com/JarsRailJam to sign up for open to skiers and snowboarders 21 years plus, limited to 50 participants, so lock in your spot. Today, myself and Stick will be doing a special broadcast from 2 to 4, along with the Darren McCarty Band, powered by Legacy, will be there. Spectators are also welcome. The event is free to attend with free food. With JARS purchases, live DJs, giveaways, drop in, and cash out with JARS.
All right, pulling up to hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We have KG, we have Spencer Raxter, Chase Lounge hanging out here as well. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into there, get your thoughts out there. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Don't forget Big D Energy podcast too. If that's more your flavor, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get your podcast, you can subscribe to the Big D Energy pod as well. The Detroit Pistons, by the way, announced a Jaden Ivey medical update. This comes courtesy of X or Twitter from Pistons PR. Pistons guard Jaden Ivey continues to progress in his return from a broken left fibula that was suffered on January 1st versus Orlando. He's transitioned to a walking boot and has begun lightweight bearing activity. Ivey's progress will be updated in another 4 weeks as weight bearing and basketball activities continue to evolve during the rehab process. So about what you would expect. So that's out there. And D-Mac, I had a Red Wings question for you. Can they sustain this level of play? I'm not talking like winning 7 in a row.
Results, no. You're not gonna you don't go on the teams go on these benders, and we see this more so like in hockey and putting streaks together. But wins and losses will come. The puck bounces, stuff like this. But what I will counter that with, but to answer your question, 2 parts. Yes, they can continue to do this, right? If they get the breaks and obviously they stay healthy and do stuff like that, because you broke it down so eloquently yesterday. They have 2 different 7-game win streaks with this new head coach, and they've done it differently. So in that aspect is how do you want it so they can do it. But what I'm concerned about, Neil, right, and the only thing that I'm worried is doing it the right way. How many times you heard me say this? Like, it's not results, but they're playing the right way. They're playing hard. They're playing for each other. They're playing fast. They're playing physical, right? They're blocking shots. They're doing all the little things. It looks like the team that we saw last year, even better as guys get better, as the youth movement on this defensive core and some of these forwards continue to go, as we see guys from Grand Rapids be an integral part of this lineup. I think guys are starting to get comfortable in their roles and what's asked by their coach. So I think that the consistency of their effort every night, their preparedness will be there. Like, they're playing like professionals. Now, does that mean that they're going to run the gamut? No, it's a tough league to win in. They got a big game and a tough game against a team that they're chasing and they want to be like in Tampa Bay. So every night it comes down to it. But the more that they consistently do it, the more at the end of the day they'll end up with wins. So I think this is, to answer your question I think this is more the norm than it is the one-up. Get to expect that, and it's the way that they play through the lineup, and that's hard and right.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Neil, Philadelphia was the original capital of the United States. Yes, and then they realized the mistake they made and moved on from Philadelphia.
That is true.
The Liberty Bell is in a park that is overrun by rats. I was there. I saw it.
And it's just a stupid bell. And they have a statue to a fictional person.
And that's like their point of pride.
Yeah.
So again, for me, it's very simple. How could you not want the Chiefs to win this game?
When you say it like that, it makes sense.
You see what I'm saying?
But also, like, I'm starting to hate Patrick Mahomes, and I hate his wife and his brother. And Travis Kelce's annoying. Andy Reid's cool.
Is it that you hate Mahomes, or you just hate his family?
I hate his family, and I'm starting to hate him too.
Why?
Because he's a bitch.
About what?
Calls, flops.
The flop thing was tough.
It's annoying.
Okay, that's fair. D-Mac, that game against Tampa on Saturday is big. It's a big game to me. It feels like, to me, it kind of feels like the Pistons game against Cleveland last night, where if you win that one, it's kind of a statement win. You know what I'm saying? Does it mean anything in the grand scheme of things? No, but it makes me feel a lot better. You know what I'm saying?
Helps in the playoffs.
It's a monumental game for the play. You pass Tampa in the standings if you win that game. Like, again, maybe I'm making too big of a deal of it.
You're not.
You get what
You're
I'm
not,
saying?
You're not.
Like, for the feels, for the vibes.
There's certain games on the schedule, and because of how they've played and where they were, this is a test game. I think also, too, wasn't there a little bit Kucherov doing a little bit of dirty shit last game at the end of it? So, you know what? Let's just see. There's different reasons that storylines to this. Obviously, Tampa's a team that you want to become. What they become, and you have integral parts. And what do I say by that? Is you look at their roster and you say you plug and play, and who are your guys? I've always made the comparison that your Victor Hedman, their leader on defense, is Mo Sider, loading. Mo's right, Hedman's left, but just the way they can take over the game. So this is bigger than that too, because a big win, and you don't want to collapse momentum. You know what I like about this one though, compared to the last win streak, we laid an egg at home against San Jose, right?
Yeah.
So you get the best part about sports, and during the season is that now this game, right? You're gonna be ready for, because you're playing Tampa Bay. You're battling them in the wild card. You're right head to head. I mean, these are proverbial 4-point games. Right, so you just got to go out and find a way to get 2 points,
and you have to have it because they have 2 games in hand. And look, we're still a long way from April. Obviously, we're still a long way, but that's the best way for me to put it, D-Mac. It's a vibes game to me. You win that game, that's a big win.
And it's
man.
a 1:00 game on a Saturday. I'll be down there to anybody before the game signing or doing something. I think it's exciting. And isn't it exciting? This is one of those things that you can mark on your calendar, because it'll tell you, right? It's an assessment game.
Correct.
Right? You're
going
to assess, because Tampa Bay is a team that you're trying to catch, trying to beat, that has sort of been in your way, so you've been sort of little brother to them as they've had success. So and there's a little bit extra because of the way that the last game and Kucherov being a dirty little shit, and so we'll see what happens.
Woodward Sports chat thread, 613 Basin, Neil trashing Philadelphia is priceless. Well, it's rooted in fact. I was there. I was in the park where the Liberty Bell is. I was there and watch a parade of rats go from garbage can to garbage can. Saw it with my own eyes.
There were a lot of rats in Chicago too. I never really see rats like that walking, at least downtown in Detroit.
Right, where the draft was in that circle, right? That circle of downtown.
We were in downtown Chicago, and there were a lot. I saw a lot of rats.
Bigger cities warrant rats. I mean, New York has the same problem. So New York, Chicago, Philly.
I don't remember seeing a lot of rats in New York City.
I've never been to New York.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Steve DeYoung. Philly was given the Liberty Bell like a teen being trusted to watch it, and they broke it. I mean, that's
true.
it.
The best thing to come out of Philly is Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes.
I like Rocky too.
Detroit LFC. Kucherov needs some payback.
Yes. Soda Boom. Get him. Sick him. Put an elbow on the back of his head.
This is the top. This is when you let the hierarchy, let the royalty take care of it. This is more of a Dylan Larkin,
Mo Sider.
But even Mo, but it.
I feel like someone's got.
It's tops to tops, right? You get away with it when you send your king out, or your prince, or one of the top guys, and it keeps the other guys at bay. If you're a physical guy, like a guy, say a Dominic Shine, if he went and did that, well, that's that's starting something, right? Because that's a bottom line player. But if you have first line guys fighting first line guys, you have your stars fighting your stars or getting into it. Like, I don't expect a fight.
They're not going to fight.
But I
no.
expect like
Hit 'em.
chippiness, right? We know Raymond and them could be. It's going to be chippy and it's going to be competitive and it's going to be more of what you see in the playoffs. I would expect.
When you're going to do it though, I need Edvinson to be out on the ice because somebody's got to cancel out Hedman. Like you got.
Don't be afraid. That'd be a perfect opportunity for Mo or for one of these guys to fight Hedman. Like I'm not saying don't do it.
I would love to see Simon fight Hedman.
Right, like in the perfect world, it's Larkin beats up Kucherov and Mo or Edvinson grabs. You know what I'm saying? Like just.
Yeah, like I'm with you though. I don't think they're gonna fight. But I don't want to see Hedman come over there and put Casper or Raymond in a chokehold. Like I need one of those big defensemen go
that
get
brings
Hedman.
everybody else into whatever, and you still got Sherratt back there.
Yes.
So it'll
Do we
be
bring
like
up Austin Watson
these are little
for this
intricacies.
game?
What'd you say?
Do we bring up Austin Watson for this game? I would not be opposed to that.
because it's Kucherov.
Yeah.
Right now, if it was some Pat Maroon or something like yes, but no, which leads to it's going to be I expect it to be a really good hockey game, like
too.
chippy, like playoff environment.
And they're playing the Sens tonight, right? So they're going to be a little banged up.
Let's get them on a back-to-back.
Let's see if Brady can do something good for once. Go out there and slap some people around.
Yeah, that Lightning Senators game tonight that's tough. Just don't go to overtime.
Pray for no overtime. Yeah.
Because for some reason you get rewarded for losing in the NHL. I'm bitter about that. Woodward Sports chat thread before we go to the break. Shad 216. Which is closer to overthrow the human race? New York Rats, Philly Rats, or Chicago Rats? Those Philly Rats were disciplined. They all went in straight lines. When they were eating out of the garbage can, like they would eat, and then the next one would come eat. Like they were concerned for the other ones. I think there's no question the answer to this one. Yeah. Philadelphia Rats look like they're ready to mobilize at any minute. I saw it with my own eyes. They lined up. They looked like Space Invaders when they were walking. I mean, just in perfect unison. They're like the Italian national soccer team defensively. They just went across. There were no gaps. There was no way to penetrate them. I don't think that this is even a debate. Philadelphia Rats. If rats were going to overthrow the human population, it would be the Philadelphia Rats that do it. They have the numbers. I saw them. It was an army,
organized.
everybody.
They was looking at you like, what the fuck you doing here?
And I had to square, like I had to, return it. Like I had to square up. But deep down in my soul, I was like, man, these people are these rats are gonna be heard from before it's all said and done. What do you have, Chase?
Well, the New York Rats. I mean, if we wanted to contain them, we could just blow the bridges. Batman
true.
style.
Yep.
Like, New York is an island. Philly connected to the rest of the contiguous US.
That's a great point. So that tells you right there, New York Rats are at a disadvantage.
Yep.
You cannot beat discipline in an army.
Top 5 Rats, says Nick Williams. I don't hate that. Master Splinter's number 1.
Yeah.
Well, Chris Illich is probably going to win right now.
Yeah.
Gunner might be on that list.
So just that's all I'm saying. Real cream of wheat. Chris Illich is the biggest rat in Detroit sports.
Brock Purdy.
Ethan, everything in Philadelphia just sucks.
Like a rat.
A little bit.
100%. That's it. All right, where are we going here? New Holland, everybody. That is right. New Holland Brewing Company, local Michigan company, west side of the state. Taller, the Dutch long drink, the finest drink. Over under Tallers consumed by Neil Rule at the sports books. 4.5.
Take the over.
4.5 over minus 180.
Right.
5.5
Still take
minus 120.
Still take
All right, but anyway, though. Why? Why that many? Well, because it's very simple. They take the New Holland small batch gin, they mix it with a grapefruit puree, and the magic happens in that can. It's my favorite drink in the drink game. That is right. New Holland's doing it, everybody. They have the drinkable IPAs like Tangerine Space Machine. They have an elite line of bourbon as well. And it's all Michigan concocted, everybody. That's right. New Holland Brewing Company. Support Michigan local companies.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
New year, new you. How about a new car? Les Stanford Buick GMC is here for you. How about a 2025 Hummer EV SUT for 24 months with 10,000 miles per year for only $699 per month? Just $19.99 down payment, or our 2025 GMC Sierra 1500 Crew Cab. 24 months, 10,000 miles per year for only $359 per month. Sign and drive, no down payment required. GM discount required for both. Get to Les Stanford today or click on the QR code on the screen and check out our massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick and GMC, LesStanford.com. Together, let's drive.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you. Chase hanging in the Chase Lounge as well. And we're kind of just chopping it up today, man. Kind of whatever pops up. Pistons fall last night on a buzzer beater by Darius Garland. Gut-wrenching from the logo at midcourt. I don't know, man. Like, the Pistons never led in the game. And I think it was tied for about 45 seconds. Other than that, Cleveland led the whole time. But I'll say this. Cade Cunningham, man, what he did in the final minute and a half of that game, put the team on his back.
21 points in the fourth.
21 points in the fourth, made every big free throw down the stretch.
6 straight free throws.
I wonder, do we even realize the level of player that Cade Cunningham is?
I do. Can't speak for everybody else.
Do you think the city does?
No.
I don't think so either, Spenny.
I think it's starting to.
Yeah.
I think that there's the basketball purists, right? The ones that cover it, that follow, that watch. But for guys, people like myself that are fans of the city and the sport or whatever, keep listening, keep hearing is like it's consistent of what you tell us to whatever, like, talent wise, that this guy is that good. I mean, we started the show and you came out with a question. Is Cade Cunningham top 10 guy in the league? And without batting a lash, I think all of us were thinking, yeah, if you wanted to argue him 8 through 15, I mean, what's he the worst? 15? Like, I mean, that just tells you, like, he's the best player on his team, and he's the best player on his team for over half of the teams. When you start breaking it down, it's like, holy cow, that's special. I think it goes back to last night, Neil, where it was one of those, sort of games where you could take a temperature of it, and the temperature I got it is like, holy cow. They're so close that he's almost able to put him on his back right now, as we've seen all year, and get it done without his Robin, so to speak, in Ivy or anybody else.
Yeah.
Now, that's what we're hoping for, right? As it comes to 3 o'clock, that somebody, I mean, you mentioned Dennis Schrader, who's a shooter, who's a guy that's been around, veteran. You mentioned all these guys that sort of come in at the plug and play, but you understand, and it starts with, is this Cade's team? Everybody 100% agree this is Cade's team?
Yeah.
Goes like he goes? There's no question about it, right? There's no heir apparent. There's no 1C, whatever like this. I mean, even if you want to talk about the Lions or talk about the other teams, whose team is it? And then the rest of the stars are closer to that star. With Cade Cunningham, he's miles ahead. And that's just to his greatness as a player. I think the greatness as a human being was always brought forward. We could see the maturity. Now he's just balling out. And the way that he's doing it. Wait till he starts getting the calls. Wait till the league, right? I think the fans, the purists, and everybody else understands it. Once the league comes around, and how does the league show? Officiating. Once he starts getting the calls, then we're off.
I'm getting the Isaiah Thomas vibes right now. Remember Isaiah showed up on the scene with nothing, like where the franchise was, and he just put everybody on his back.
I don't think everybody realized. No, I think when you say that, right, it's more of a story in the Bible.
Right. I mean, it's a long time ago, obviously.
People weren't around. But this goes back to Spenny putting Cade in the Isaiah category as far as leadership. And, hey, I'm seeing some of these similarities. If you go back to what it is, if you had a history lesson, it might be something great for Kool-Aid and Terry Foster to talk about, because Terry's the one that watched it.
Right.
Firsthand. What was it like? Is there similarities? And stuff like that. Because for us that were around or understand the greatness of Isaiah, right? What is the greatness of Isaiah? It's his determination more than anything, right? And do you not see that in Cade?
That's exactly
Cade's
it.
Determination of the man he is, that's the resemblance to Isaiah.
Spenny will like this. You know the moment when I said, all right, this is it? Mm-hmm. That dunk at Houston. When he dunked that ball at Houston, and the cameras picked up the audio, and he was like, on all you MFers.
Yeah.
Like that for me, awesome. that was awesome. And like, look, maybe I'm overblowing it, I don't know. But like that was it where I said he's here now. And he last night was another example where he just put everyone on his back and said, I do not accept this outcome. Mm-hmm. I do not accept this, and I'm going to do something about it. Now, in the end, they hit the buzzer beater from half court to beat him. That's fine, but those are the vibes that I'm getting from him right now, where this is his franchise. He's putting everybody on his back, and he doesn't care what it takes. I mean, the numbers are ridiculous. Like, that's superstar shit what he's doing out there.
Absolutely.
Superstar shit. 21 in the fourth, bringing them back single-handedly. Like, for the people that don't understand it, D-Mac, I don't know what else to tell them.
You know what, there was a moment this year where I was like, okay, and it wasn't anything offensively he did. It was, I don't know if it was Atlanta or what, but he made a block.
Yeah.
Came flying across made a block in the late of the game that enabled Detroit to win, right? That to me, all over the court and just leadership. So, do you guys think he's getting a fair shake as far as the national pundits?
He's starting
or
to.
is he starting to? So that's the crack, right?
Yeah, but he had to go but
he
yes
had to go
and no.
deep, but look where the organization was. I mean, you want to give the Pistons something when they're like underground and garbage? And no one's giving you anything.
That's what it is. He's been bogged down by the fact that the Pistons have been so bad for so long. Like, us basketball fans and people that watch the sport, when we first got Cade and he got on the court, you can see some of the things that was like, okay, this kid, he's number one pick worthy. He's going to be special. He just needs the right talent around him. And for so long, we weren't able to get that. And granted, Cade had to improve too. Like, yeah, we knew he was good, but he still had yet to take that next step. We're starting to see him take that next step now, and now people are starting to notice, but it's because the team success has also caught up with him. So they are starting to become a better team. Cade has become a better player, and now people are actually starting to realize it here and in national media scene.
In the super chat, Byrne jumped the line, said, I was there. The arena was on pins and needles during those free throws. The arena had my ears ringing at the end with 50% capacity after a bunch of fans left. It's not quite. We just need more people. So, yeah, it is. It's just I don't even know that people fully grasp it in this town.
They probably don't. But like I said, that's not their fault, I don't think, the fans' fault. Because it took so long for the Pistons to get back to being somewhat relevant.
Danny G, Cade Cunningham is the future of the NBA, and he said that in all caps. And Danny G, like, I would say he's today's NBA. And again, a lot's changed since the last time that the Pistons were, quote-unquote, like playoff relevant, like being in the playoffs and stuff like that. look around the league. Like, the superstars are this way. It's not just guys that pump in 26. It's not. You got to be able to do everything. Because when everything breaks down, Cade can go be a one-on-one scorer, but he's a willing facilitator too. He will make the basketball play. Impaler of horizons. Asar just needs to score more. But that's not his DNA.
Yeah.
You know, like that's not what he is.
We're missing Jaden Ivey, man.
Yeah. Second leading scorer on
He
the
was
team.
the second best player on this team, and it sucks.
I heard her. Cade had the misfortune of the long-term injury and was with one of the worst support teams of all time. But now that he is not being actively brought down by circumstances, he is shining, and people take notice.
Healthy legs, Cade.
You know what the one word? How is the turnovers? Wasn't that
They're high.
What?
He's still high, but yeah, like
No, I mean improving
That's
because I
normal.
don't hear anybody talking about it as much. It's part of the game or whatever. But has he improved? Because that was the glaring thing you guys always talk about.
But that's what people bring up to kind of
Discredit
deter
him. Yeah.
to kind of deter his game. Like anybody that wants to be
That's a PFF stat, right?
correct, and that's something that if you're a hater, that's what you'll run to because. When you look around the league, here's the turnover leaders in the NBA. Here's the top 10. Trae Young, James Harden, Cade Cunningham, LeBron James, Anthony Edwards, Giannis, Wembanyama, Jordan Poole, Nikola Jokic, and Russell Westbrook.
Comes with usage.
When you have the ball in your hand all the time, you're going to turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is, especially what do all those guys have in common? How do you defend those guys?
You don't really.
Well, if you're going to, how do you do it? You run doubles at them.
Yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying here? Like the turnover thing, that's lazy.
It is.
That's a lazy take by unrefined people. Just the way I just listed off pretty much the who's who of the NBA.
And what's the number at? What, 5? With those people that you named, it starts around like 5.
Trae Young leads the league at 4.7.
Yeah, so
Harden's 4.5. Cade's 4.4. LeBron's just about 4. And the floor of that is 3.
This is normal, especially when you're dealing with star players where the usage rate is way through the roof.
Especially when they don't have another ball handler on the team.
Yeah. Would you like Cade to turn over the ball? That's sure, but it's not a problem. It's not something that costs the Pistons games or anything like that. So,
real cream of wheat, Jordan Poole, LOL. Yeah, well, there's always one outlier in every.
Well, yeah, he's the
no,
one.
he just turns it over. Yeah, he just turns it over a lot.
Right.
Like that's just the way.
Yeah, he just plays stupid.
Right.
Correct. But yeah, so that's where it's at, and people that bring that up are just they don't get it, man. They don't understand how it works. If you're not shopping at shop.woodwardsports.com for your Detroit merch,
doing that?
Yeah, you don't understand how it works either. We have the best lineup in Detroit sports wearables. The F Them Pick shirt is coming, by the way, if it's not up there already. Last I heard, we were in the process of getting that one up there. So, again, get geared up for the playoffs, man. If you're the Myles Garrett, you can get that F Them Pick shirt. You can still get the Boo Them Kids shirt if you're into booing children. They have the Woodward Sports hockey line, the basketball line. All of that is available to you as well. Weezy D313, he trimmed down the turnovers a lot. No, he did. But, hey, the bottom line is this. We're your hookup for the very best in Detroit sports wearables. Shop.woodwardsports.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Crispy chicken and pizza. 7 different wings for you to choose from. Make sure you check them out. Delicious, delicious stuff. My personal favorite is the spicy garlic, but try them all and choose them for yourself. Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. Find one near you at Sorokis.com.
All right, keeping it pushing. Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you. A couple of NBA trades to discuss. You said the Davion Mitchell trade already, right, Spenny? Yeah. Shams Charania has also tweeted, Milwaukee is trading Patrick Baldwin Jr. and cash to San Antonio.
Look out.
There it is. Horizon League legend.
Yep.
Patrick Baldwin Jr. Shout out Wisconsin, Milwaukee. I think he played like 12 games for him or something like that. And then his dad got fired as the coach. So there you go. Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump in to there. Get your thoughts out there. And Burn in the super chat. If you want to skip the line, go ahead and use the super chat. Burn said it's the Tigers last year. People are afraid to buy in. The only difference is the Tigers were dead, and the Pistons are much more likely to see the home playoff games. No, they were. Chuck Brewer, Pistons had 11 turnovers as a team last night, and Cade had only 1. No doubt. DNC ENT. Oh, I had it. Never forget, ESPN had Cade at number 67 overall, Draymond Green at 66, Stupid. Malik Monk at 65, KCP at 62, Josh Hart at 61, Derek Lively at 56. Never forget.
Never forget.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I still believe people don't understand what he is. I still believe that.
In time, they'll learn.
Steve-O Baby. Neil, I'm just glad the Fire Stevie Eiserman BS is done and over with. Speaking of never forget,
yeah.
D-Mac, Fire Stevie. Remember that? Not too long ago?
I got receipts. Don't worry. Donkeys. Hashtag wasn't playing 1919. I told you so, you clowns.
We didn't touch on it either.
Yeah, where's all the hate now? Come on, haterades.
Yes. The Lions added a member to the coaching staff, by the way. Mm-hmm. What's that? Bruce Gradkowski, right?
Yep.
He's an offensive quality control or offensive what's the terminology on it?
Offensive assistant.
Offensive assistant. So there you go. Never forget that Toledo legend. D-Mac, what's your takeaway from the coaching moves?
Same. It's culture. No matter who comes in that door, I don't care what it is. You got to get through Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. So there's the means to an end, and it's sort of leveling up. A lot of this time too, as you lose guys, as guys have progressed, you're going to bring in what you need. So this gentleman that comes in is bringing in something specific to teach or to hone in. Like, it just gets tighter and tighter and tighter because as you have success, right? You're not regrouping. You're not trying to find something. You're just trying to hone in and get better. So it'll be interesting to see. It'll all play out. We'll hear, right? We'll hear. Dan Campbell will come out. Brad Holmes, they'll come out, tell us exactly what we're focused on. Players will come out and say, oh, new coach, this, that. It's experience, right? And it's their, these are their guys. And it's more levels to it, right? When you stink and you're building something, it's easy to get pretty much anybody you want that isn't under contract or is out there to start. Once you get going and start losing it, right, you're going to hone in because your team's going to get better, your players, and we need this, we need that. So it changes a little bit, Neil, but it's the experience. That's what you look to. What experience and why would he draft? I always look to the why. Why? So I ask you, why would they have this guy? Is there history between either Holmes or Campbell or whatever or down the line? And I'm sure there is. Somebody has history somewhere. And to just caveat, a lot of times it doesn't mean they have experience, history, but there is history where it's given an opportunity. Hence, remember, Ben Johnson did start somewhere.
I'll give Gradkowski credit because he started as a volunteer assistant quarterbacks coach at a high school in 2017. I always give those guys
I
a little
think
bit
this
extra
guy's
credit.
a dude. Like he's bringing in dudes. You know what I mean? Like they're like to the caveat. And here's the one thing too, right? Where you look at it, what is the job and what is he asked to do? Who's this gentleman's communication mostly going to be with? Right? Quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quarterback, right? So if you didn't listen to what Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes and everybody said as they were moving forward before they lost everybody, is would Jared Goff be part of the conversations of what we're moving towards? The answer was yes. So everybody's on the same page. That's where you're at right now. Once you win, you're just trying to get better. Is this guy going to come in and make us better? Is he going to get the most out of it? So it's due diligence. It all comes back to the front door. Whoever gets let in, just be happy with it until there's a reason not to be.
Spenny, I got murdered on Instagram because remember we had the discussion and we asked the question, do you expect there to be some regression with the coordinator turnaround? And I said yes, but not.
You said regression to the record.
Regression to the record,
not to
obviously.
not to the development
there will
of the
be
team.
kind of a ramp-up period to where, you kind of, you don't hit the ground at 100%.
Do we really got to break this down to the fact that you could lose more games and be better and better prepared? I think that the legitimacy is, it doesn't matter. You're a playoff team. You're going to make it. Yeah, you want to win the division, but I don't give a shit what your record is. Make the playoffs and be healthy.
And
get the fuck out of our way.
That's the highway we're on right now.
That's the hot button. The hot button isn't a home game. We can win anywhere in this league. We ain't know last year. It's about being healthy and whatever gets you to that finish line. Who else has proven that? I don't know. The team that's going for the 3-peat.
No, but Spenny,
soft.
The Eagles that you hate,
yes,
as much as the Chiefs that everybody hates, they went through this.
They did.
Remember the Super Bowl that we talked about? They lost coordinators. They took a step back. They lost at Tampa in the playoffs. And now they're back again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we are new to this as a franchise. But we have seen this happen to other teams in the league. And is it fair to say it took them a second?
Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a natural period of get right, but I think the regression will be more based on the schedule than it will the coaches. Like you said, I still expect them to win the North. I still expect them to be in contention for the number 1 seed in the NFC. But do I expect them to win 15 games, 14 games next year? Probably not. Tough schedule.
Right. So again, I just want to caveat that to everybody. I know I'm a hater with that. I say there's going to be some regression because a new staff is coming in for all intents and purposes.
How many new guys do you have to teach what you have there? Right? Less and less and less, right?
Right.
Your culture, your game plan, the way you play football on every side of the ball is already instilled. Everything else is whether it's a draft pick, a free agent, a trade, whatever like that, has to fit in. That includes the coaching.
Okay. There's something here. Let's take the break.
Uh-oh.
Yep. We're new to being basketball fans again, apparently, as well. So there's a couple of things here I want to address.
Wait, there's a trade? Or
no.
Oh.
People's view of the trade deadline. We did this at the beginning of the show. Apparently some people weren't watching, so we'll circle the wagons and we'll come back. Tell them about Mark White.
Mark White, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, Liddy Waters. You need to buy a home.
You're looking to buy?
You're looking to buy.
I wouldn't buy a home if you're Lindy Waters.
And I'm Mark White. Lindy Waters, my goat. Mark White will save you up to $5,000 your closing costs. Looking to buy or sell? Mark White should be your choice. Visit him at markwhitesells.com or call him at 248-290-8242. Mark White will get you in your dream home.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Neil Rule here for FeldmanAuto.com. There's over 18 Feldman Automotive dealerships in and around the Metro Detroit area. They are the move, everybody. No matter what kind of car you want, new, used, Chevy, Ford, Kia, whatever kind of car you want, whatever kind of car you want. The first move is FeldmanAuto.com. Search the inventory in real time. Even start the buying process online if you so choose. Guys, it is literally that simple. It's almost like an Amazon for cars. FeldmanAuto.com. All right, Woodward Sports chat thread. Back at it, by the way. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you. Chase hanging in the Chase Lounge. Also, Woodward Sports chat thread. Super Bowl Cartier. Pistons no trades. This new GM is clueless. We should be trading players for picks. Super Bowl, I don't know if you were asleep or not. They acquired 3 second-round draft picks, and they didn't trade any players.
Yeah. To say he's clueless is crazy. I get criticism, but clueless?
You see what I'm saying
Yeah,
here?
let's not do that.
Also, too, I had one that I lost it that essentially said, didn't move Tim Hardaway Jr., he's not going to help. He's in the 90th percentile of catch-and-shoot shooters in the league. He is literally, if you look up getting exactly what you paid for, Tim Hardaway Jr.'s picture should be on there.
And maybe you ain't see the game last night. It was Cade Cunningham and Tim Hardaway Jr. that carried the fucking team.
Like, literally that. Oh, we got a little ways to go. Keys to wisdom. Langdon did well considering his delicate situation. The franchise needed to sell on Beasley and Hardaway, but with the playoffs close, they hung with them and only grabbed minor assets. Also, too, and I forget who it was that had this one. I heard that the Warriors are close on getting Vucevic from the Bulls for a second-round pick. Pistons should jump on that. Guys.
With what? To do what?
Yeah, they don't need Vooch.
Guys. It's not linear. It's not. See, here's the way things work. It's not your trade machine, guys. Do you think the Bills go to Vucevic, or the Bulls go to Vucevic and say, and D-Mac, you can shed some light on this. You were a professional athlete. Do the Bulls go to Vucevic and say, would you rather go to Golden State right now, or would you rather go to Detroit? Which one do you choose? And that's where we'll send you.
Golden State.
Does that go on in professional sports?
At the highest levels, when you're dealing with the hundreds of $1 million contracts or whatever like that, in a decision, very, very rarely, 0.5% of the time or less.
But it goes on.
Oh, it does. No. I mean,
Yeah.
like if it is, and it depends on what the return is. And it depends on the relationship.
Bulls,
a lot of that times it's out of common courtesy.
Bingo.
And it's just like anything else. Think about it at your work. Would your work give you an option? Hey, you know what? We're downsized or whatever. Would you like to go to A, B, or C? Instead of, hey, we're downsizing, you're going here. That's what, right? So, again, it goes to the relationship. A lot of the times, no, you don't get say in it. But in these scenarios, yes. I think it's a question of scruples on how different things are done.
MJIW 2413. Neil seems ready to end the show. When I get the Pistons GMs doing nothing, yes, I am ready to end the show there. 100%. Like, I don't understand. I'll never get that. I'll never understand that. No, but the moral of the story is that he's done it within the context of where they are. Is there a player out there that can help them now that fits what they want to do? Spenny brought up the Dennis Schroeder thing. Yes, possibly.
Yeah.
We'll see how that works.
Still a long shot on C.J. McCollum, but that is a move that they could make if they wanted to.
And that's something where you might have to use assets to get him.
Yeah.
And then the question comes into play, and Spenny, I'll go to you, the pseudo NBA expert here. Are you truly interested in C.J. McCollum next year at $30 million?
No.
When you have Ivy coming back?
No. I'd take Colin Sexton at 20.
Now, but he hasn't been moved.
No, he has not.
So you see what we're getting at here, guy. Again, we're new to this. I understand that. Impaler of Horizons. Luka wasn't asked. Why should Vooch be asked? Because you're talking about a second-round pick. Not to go get Anthony Davis. Yeah, I'm getting closer and closer to wanting to end the show, D-Mac. Yes. Yes, I am.
15 more minutes, man.
Oh, man, it's going to be the longest 15 minutes of my life, though. But, yeah, it is. Langdon's doing fine because the Pistons have been so bad for so long. He cannot trade Beasley and Hardaway and betray the fans. What he is doing is best middle-of-the-road approach.
He could, but
no,
he was only going to trade Beasley.
Can I just cut through all the fucking bullshit, all this stupid shit to whatever? Like, they're never making a move at this deadline other than what did I say? You were the caveat. Right, you got to swing. You have no say in the matter, but you got to swing to wherever all these other teams want to go. Right, you don't have any say in this. And that's where this year's at. Isn't next year or moving forward? Like, did anybody think that the Pistons were gonna go make a big splash move to put them over the edge? Is the player away? No, I believe that this is all set up for next year at this time. This conversation is a year early, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a year early. You're right, but they're not there yet.
Yeah.
You need a healthy Ivy, get through some of this stuff, acquire all these picks. Why? Because you told me all these picks are going to be for some other deal to be able to go and maneuver to get you the guys you want.
Yeah.
The players aren't out there. The money to spend, like, your guy's not there right now. Right? You're just picking up the scraps and making yourself more valuable because of how you can help everybody else. And I think that's the biggest going into this season was how can the Detroit Pistons make themselves invaluable, right? No matter what happens on the court. It's being the only team that teams that can conversate with at the trade deadline to facilitate too. That's where your value is. So to say Trajan Langdon and the Detroit Pistons haven't done shit, they're the caveat to all these teams making deals. That was always going to be their high point this trade deadline.
Yeah.
Next year, save these comments for then. Am I reading it right, Neil?
Yes.
Yeah. And they were ever really going to trade Malik or even THJ for that matter unless they got a deal that they couldn't refuse.
Right, unless it moves them
that
ahead.
was
Other than
always
that,
the
they're
plan.
just sitting back going, here, okay, where's the call coming in from? Because we got a facility. You're the bank.
Mm-hmm.
You're the broker. Right? You're the exchange, the currency exchange, right? To see who it's coming from. Oh, man, I hope it's Phoenix because, we get more money on the dollar than we do from Cleveland. But,
Right.
like that's where you're at. So, I mean, it's like ridiculous to have these conversations when you were never in that conversation.
Chuck Brewer, we got 2 seconds and a player and gave up nothing. You guys are on crack. Well, they got a third second because of the trade they facilitated. The last one that when they got Spenny's hero, Lindy Waters.
Yep.
So they got Spenny's hero. They got compensated a second-round pick for that. So 3 seconds, and that's what it was going to be because guys are in a playoff mix. They're not sending Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley away. They're not. They're not doing it. And why would they? I would think now if they did something like that and the fans were pissed, yeah, I would understand that rage.
Yeah.
I would. But acquiring 3 second-round picks for literally nothing, I don't get that, man, and I don't. All right, let's take the final break. Planet Fitness, everybody, live at the Planet Fitness Studios, the best gym in the gym game. There's a ton of them here in the Metro Detroit area, over 50. As a matter of fact, you get access to them all with the Planet Fitness Black Card. Go to planetfitness.com or just pull in the parking lot. You can do that as well. Again, Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights. Why would you do that? Planet Fitness. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights. Live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
What's up, everybody? Don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce here, Big D Energy, every Tuesday or today. Ermanni and Edwards between 2 and 4, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy. I trust it. Only got 4 Stanley Cups out of it. I don't know if that means anything to you. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
All right, final segment of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Baxter, Chase Lounge as well. D-Mac, you are out tomorrow. What do you got going on this weekend?
I will be down at the Wings game signing before. I will be actually Knox and Ferndale dispensary, 12:30, 3:30 Saturday, and I'll be up in Capex Saturday night for a comedy show. So
man.
Yeah, busy Saturday for me, but we're so stay tuned. Obviously, we know like Jars Cannabis and stuff, but I start to make my way throughout the state with Cannabis brand and the comedy show and stuff. So, excited. So, yeah, and gonna look forward to watching the Puppy Bowl, 2:00, Animal Planet on
Lock
Sunday.
in.
Let's go.
Sunday.
Lock in, everybody. Does it feel like Super Bowl weekend? I'm not even talking about like our malaise and our hangover.
No,
it's
not
just
really.
like there's been nothing good out of Media Day. I didn't even know what day Media Day was.
You know what it is, though, I think? And yes, definitely our football fandom in the season and stuff like that. But our football team, or our hockey team and our basketball team have our attention, right? So we're more focused on it. Somebody brought it up. The way the Wings are playing, I'm more interested in that. The Pistons, like last night. So it's really taken our attention away. I think as Sunday comes and as you turn on the TV in the morning, however you do your Sundays, and you see all the coverage and everybody starts getting there, you'll get into the vibe in the past. But I think it's a culmination of everything else that's going on.
It's just usually you get something. Like somebody says something and the media kind of latches onto it. There was what was the big story that Andy Reid said he's going to coach next year?
Biggest story
is
who's winning the bet between Spenny and Easy. That's the biggest bet is the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. What's the number one thing you're looking for? I'm looking, and I want it'll be interesting to see social media's presence at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the show to what you're saying. There's no animosity. Like, these are two. This is going to be a heavyweight bout, right? I asked you earlier off the air or whatever we were talking, is this the best defense Patrick Mahomes has faced in a while? And I think it might be because they're healthy. And very rarely do you get to this point of the season where they're healthy. Now, in saying that, everybody sleeps on Kansas City's defense.
They always do,
They're
yeah.
fucking good. Mm-hmm. Anytime you got Chris Jones, this is Chris. I don't know if you know this. Big lights turn on. Guess who fucking steps up?
Bolton's always really
All
good
the
in
big
Super
guys.
Bowl too.
Yeah. Karloftis is going to be an animal out there.
Yep.
You know, the second. So it's going to be a great football game. But there's no dirt. It's the respect of the two teams, right? Like, if anybody's going to say something stupid, it's probably Sirianni. Right?
Yeah, but even he stayed in his shoes, But
dude, give Sirianni, and I don't want to give him the credit, but since he went rogue last season or whatever like that, he's tightened his shit up. He's tightened his shit up real tight. You don't see him stepping out being that as much.
That is, I think that'll sway me the most is I hate Nick Sirianni. I don't want him to win a Super Bowl.
You just, hey, could you imagine the Chiefs? Yeah, you want to, like, hey, think about that, right? Let's see Andy Reid get one more Gatorade bath. By the way, if I'm going any color, I'm going to go red. It's probably plus 800.
I think Patrick Mahomes said his favorite is grape. So, like, purple. Fierce grape is the best Gatorade, by the way.
For taste, yes.
Yeah.
I think grape was last year's color, like purple, I should say.
I'm pretty sure it's Patrick Mahomes' favorite flavor. So that's why it was, like, the betting favorite.
It was like plus 600.
It's like the brown M&Ms
last year.
Yeah.
Because nobody drinks green Gatorade, right?
I like the
do.
cucumber lime Gatorade. I do.
That's one of my
You're
favorites.
gross.
It's
Oh,
good.
all day.
It's the most refreshing Gatorade.
Yeah. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
Cucumber lime Gatorade.
Yeah, that's some sick
Oh, I
shit.
don't
I
want
can't
that.
lie,
I like the
Spinny.
lemon lime.
I expect better out of you, Spin.
Oh, lemon lime's goated. But no, the green one, the cucumber lime is good.
Cucumber lime.
Holy
It's not good.
douche.
It's good.
What do you got, Chase?
Let's say, like, the cucumber lime's not good. There's a few, like, greens. There's, like, the green apple, which is, like, closer to, like, a Kelly green.
That shit
And that one's
sucks.
really good,
Yeah.
although I would say, I don't know, maybe a little bit too much sugar for your liking, Neil, in the green apple Gatorade.
Yeah,
Yes.
stay away.
Yeah.
Neil, I'm telling you, you'd probably like the cucumber lime one.
Yeah,
it's refreshing. It's
hey,
lighter
you know
than
what?
the
You
other. It's
stick
not
a
as
little
thick.
vodka in
Yeah.
there, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
All right. Neil is a cucumber.
We could probably get, hey,
Makes
you know,
sense.
you could get him to drink one on the golf course.
Yeah.
Just don't tell him it is. He'd be like, ooh, what's that?
John Effing Lord, top 5 Gatorades.
I
did
mean, it's not a bad one.
That is not a bad one.
Fierce strawberry is really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything fierce.
That glacier cherry, the white one, the glacier cherry.
No dyes in that one, by the way.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Sorry to get all, bougie and healthy on it. Sorry about that, guys.
CK says cucumber lime is easily the best flavor.
Oh, hell no.
I'm telling you, it's good. It's definitely the most refreshing.
Yeah, best flavor, though? Come on now. Let's
I wouldn't
not
say
do
it's the
that.
best. I like it though.
Let's not do that.
D-Max, since you won't be back until Tuesday, what do you have in the game?
Don't.
I think Philly wins.
A lot of people been
I do.
saying that shit.
I'm probably gonna be cheering for Kansas City. I mean, I don't.
I kind of lean that way, too.
I just have like, to the point. I just think that. I think that Saquon Barkley, is gonna do his thing, but I just think it comes down to the defense and the way that Philly's positioned, and it's tough, right? Like, because where do you go? I'm just thinking of moving forward. Right, Kansas City loses, and great run, whatever like that. It doesn't really set them back. What happens if Philly can't get over the hump this time? I mean, that's, there's a lot. I got a feeling the Philadelphia dressing room's more finger pointing than they are thumb pulling, and right. So I just think that they need it more. But I just have this feeling that they're the ones to topple, and it's going to be a 31-30 game, 27-26. It's going to be something gross like that.
I just think Saquon.
Harrison Butker's going to have a shot for the winner and miss.
I think Saquon is that dude. Like,
Do you go Saquon 2 rushing?
I was thinking about.
he could.
No, I mean, I think that like, if I was looking at bets out there, I think that one's one of
He's going to be 125 plus guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like, he could go off. You know what I'm saying?
I think it all comes down to, like, I think this game, it isn't what Mahomes does, it's what hurts. What hurts doesn't do to hurt his team. If he game manages, right, doesn't turn the ball over, or like that's where it's at. Mm-hmm. So
Matthew Kruger, I could care less about the Super Bowl. You're a liar. You're obviously here because you're a sports fan. You're lying. Straight up, you're lying. You all will. All right, if you're not going to watch it, what are you going to do?
You're definitely gonna watch it.
Thank you. Like, again, let's work backwards from this. Okay, I believe you. You're not going to watch it. So what are you going to do?
Puppy bowl.
Clean out your closet? Like, what are you going to do? Do laundry?
Read a good book.
Read a good book, yeah. Like, I think you're lying. Woodward Sports chat thread, the real K77. I'll trust Mahomes over Hurts. I don't think it's going to be having to trust. I think Saquon Barkley is going to be dynamic in this game.
I wonder what Mahomes' rushing number is.
30. It's in the 30s.
I would take the over on that.
That's still not enough.
It's not enough.
If Saquon go crazy, that's fine. That's not enough to beat.
I think it is going to be enough.
Okay.
because I think the Eagles too will get to Mahomes more than anyone else has gotten to Mahomes.
That may be true,
dude.
But they're too dependent on Saquon to have success. Like,
Jalen Carter's been double teamed more than anyone in the playoffs by like a 3-1 margin.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like it's insane.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I was saying what to a bet.
Well, it's going to be strength for
Jalen
strength.
Hurts and Patrick Mahomes to each record 15-plus passing yards in each quarter, minus 105.
There's going to be a quarter where one of them only gets the ball once.
I think so.
Probably. I still don't hate that.
I don't either. Quarters are 15 minutes long.
Travis Kelce to record 1 reception in each quarter, plus 175.
There's going to be a quarter where they only get the ball twice and they could go out 3. You know what I'm just building the case against it. You know what I'm saying? Like they all look so good on paper, but when you start working through it,
yeah.
Travis Kelce 25-plus receiving yards in each half, plus 185. I like that one.
Is Kelce going to like go all Kelce in the game?
I think so.
Yeah, and then he's going to propose.
Yeah.
You know
They
what?
win.
He better
And here's my 3. Right? 3 things that, like, forget we've already gone through the food. That's a no-brainer. 3 things that I'm looking forward to. Number 1, the commercials. Number 2, the halftime show. Number 3, hopefully it's a good game. An exciting game, back and forth. Like, I want to be entertained as a fan with no really dog in the fight, right? But to see just a great game back and forth. I hope that's what we're in for. Just like I hope we're in for one that we got a couple years ago. That was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
8-1. Kelce proposes after the game.
He not, bro. He better not.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
For the shit to end a divorce a year later. Like,
Again, you're going to spend $10 on dumber shit than that.
Saquon 2+ touchdowns, plus 260. Jalen Hurts 2+ touchdowns is plus 550. I like the money on that better.
Didn't he have 3 in the last Super Bowl?
I do like that. If I was going to do a 2+ bet,
I would do Hurts.
or you could do both of them.
They don't give Saquon the ball at the goal line. For some reason, they don't.
He don't need
never
it.
understood.
He gets it in from
Tush
his
push.
own 20.
But that's the only way he scores touchdowns. Like, seriously, if it's not a 60-yard run,
it does seem that, like, no matter what, like tush push, whatever. But does Philadelphia end with the ball at the 1-yard line more than anybody?
I swear. And don't give it to the best running back in the league. It's crazy.
Yeah. All
Don't
right,
need to.
Well, that's it. D-Mac, I'll see you on Tuesday, my friend. Tomorrow, myself and Sean Belizian, nickel package Friday, yes. Spenny's not here tomorrow either, but he's going to send in his Super Bowl party nickel package.
I will.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite nickel package of tomorrow, and I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
KG, you in tomorrow?
Chase will be in here for me. I'll be here, but
Man.
I
Neil.
got to fill in for heavyweight, so I'm taking a show off.
All right, got it. For D-Mac,
Appreciate you,
for KG,
Yeah, I
for
got
Chase, for
you.
Spencer
Deuces.
Raxter, I'm Neil Rule. Well, see you later.